implement culturally our and conferences on internship. I think internship is a very good example where we go and learn to implement things and learn other aspects as well. So I think that's one of the best things happening to us. Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes, we will take for
something. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I think journalism is all about practical things now. Like here we learn how to take eye contact in camera. Here we learn how to play a role in front of camera and how camera work, how we do editing or stuff like that. I think journalism is all about the practical knowledge. It's all about skill. And as to provide you, a place, I can say a platform where you learn how things work actually. Like if I can say, we have read that car, this is the first gear, this is the second gear of car. But until and unless you did it practically, you drive the car, then when you went to drive the car, you felt that this is actually something different than a theoretical knowledge. So I guess practical thing is totally different from theory.
Thank you, Ananya. You have made your point here. Yes. Pass on the microphone.
Good morning, ma'am. Talking about the practical knowledge. So recently, the students of NANM, you all are sitting here. So AMT took us to do the market research on the rural marketing, how it is done, the street marketing. So we were taken to Buddh Bazaar and the Alabad market, where the market research and consumer behavior and how the marketing selling techniques of those sellers are done. So we did a practical research of it. And we went to the market, we roamed around in the market and saw various shopkeepers and sellers, how they were selling, and we got practical knowledge of it. And then we made a paper about it, presented a presentation. And while we were presenting the presentation, we were able to connect to us because we ourselves went to the market and did the research.
You had a hands-on experience.
We got a hands-on experience.
And so you definitely understand the relevance of it, that sitting in a classroom and studying about market research is different than actually going to the ground. So that gives you a more in-depth and comprehensive understanding. Thank you. Yes, Simapri, can we hear from you? You just have to talk. You guys can talk in Hindi also. It's absolutely. Give me an example of a practical training that you went and it made you learn something. It's as simple as that.
Hello, so my name is Simapri and I'm from semester 4. So thankfully I've been a part of all the practical projects that have happened since I joined college. So starting with FIA, when FIA happened I was in semester 2. One would think that what would a semester 2 student do? Our seniors would do more. But there were so many things that I learned while I was a part of that project. Like when we were working on a subject that was a transgender person, so like how to deal with it, how to build rapport, and how your research and everything is going before inside before, because if you don't build your base, then when you go on to actually shoot and edit and post production the art, so it helps. The pre-production helps a lot. And similarly, the change makers climate trend is a part of it. So in that also, there are very minute details that no one actually tells you. You learn it when you do hands-on training. Our teachers have been more than supportive to tell us a lot of things, but that we actually learn. We are very carefree. We don't listen sometimes. We don't pay much attention. But when we are doing a hands-on on that particular thing, we learn it a lot more and a lot more.
Thank you so much. Mani, can we hear from you?
Hello everyone, I'm Mani.
Talk about the recent practical training experience.
So for example, I studied everything about the camera, how does it work, and all the things about camera theoretically. But until and unless I will practically do it, like how to put the camera on the camera, how to record it. So obviously, for that we were given a chance to shoot a movie. We did go for a movie shoot and also for documentary shoot. In that only I learned how to use the camera and how to talk to people and do a documentary shoot.
Did you face any challenges?
Yeah, there were many challenges because in that documentary we had to take a bite from everyone. So we need to convince them to come on the camera in front of the camera and give their bites. So it was very hectic job to convince them. So yeah, they were very afraid of the camera.
Okay, so how did you convince them?
Yes, I say, sir, please, this is a documentary shoot. You just have to say about that our topic was Badai Mambara. So basically, you just have to talk about how what was Badai Mambara for you. Did you enjoy the experience? Did you know the historical things about the Mambara?
So do you feel that people cooperate when you go out and communicate with them, or sometimes it's challenging? If it is challenging, what do you do? If somebody is not at all interested to talk to you or to give you a bite, what do you do then?
I think few people are very common. They just immediately agree to you, yeah, we give the money. But there are few people who are very conscious about the camera. We need to explain them, so please, if you can do this for us.
Even after explaining, if they are not ready, what do you do then? Do you think sometimes that is also happening? What don't you feel you just respect their privacy and let them be? And that is a very important lesson. If somebody is not agreeing to give you a bite, just let them be. That's it.
We move on to the next.
You move on to the next person. Absolutely. Thank you, man. Very good. Now we would like to hear someone from DGMC 2. DGMC 2 is quiet. And you have had recent practical experiences. Can I hear? Please pass on the mic to Bhavna Soni. I want to hear you. Bhavna, tell us your practical experience and how do you think it will help you in adjusting to the changing paradigm shifts of mass communication?
Hello everyone, my name is Bhavna. So I would like to share my experience that when I came here, I was literally very nervous because I was not able to
Rest
adapt.
everybody, please respect.
So slowly and gradually, as opportunities came in, as the first opportunity that came for me was filmmaking. I was really encouraged by the teachers here, and then I was literally not knowing anything about filmmaking, not knowing anything about acting, but the support that I got here was immense, and it actually helped me to motivate myself to do more, and then slowly and gradually writing for expression, working for UDC, then presenting my paper in my first year. So all these opportunities really pushed me to do more well. So I think that contributed in my personality making, and it indeed was a very good practical experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I hear somebody from this table? Yes. Shruti or Shubh? Anyone? Shruti, can we hear you? Yes, please. We are looking forward to your experience sharing.
This is Shruti Pool from BGMC 2. Ma'am, we had many experience. The best experience for me, practical experience, was that we went on the Sahitya Ashkar program for the 2 days. That was a practical experience, though we have made one film in first semester. That was experience. That was a good experience. But while we moved a bit to the industry, we experienced a lot of changes. How things are handled there and everything. That was a good experience for me and the learning experience. Then we now again made the film. I took part in many of the programs. That was a nice learning experience.
All right. Thank you, Shruti. Now, can I hear somebody from MGMC? Anyone from Masters? You want to please pass on the mic to her?
Hello everyone, my name is Ankita Sid and I am from my MAMM final year. So, my practical experience that MD has given me is basically everything because in my bachelor's everything was practical, everything was theoretical, and COVID actually ate up 2 years of my bachelor's. And coming here, going into MAMM and making advertisement, it was my first time of working practically with the camera. So I knew that I got to know that it is actually difficult to handle a camera. And working in the climate change, my first experience thinking of me, it was a great opportunity given by as to master. So yes, practical knowledge is important.
Thank you. Can we have someone else wants to talk? You see, you've been talking about your experiences. You can also talk about your expectations. If there anything that you want us to do specifically, any specific workshop that you're looking forward for, you want us to do a workshop with you all, you can talk about that. You can also talk about your expectations. Anything you expect from us, we'll be happy to take your suggestions. Come on, people, participate. Give mic to Janvi. She'll go. Placements. And what exactly do you need for the placement? Something you need from your end also? Yes. What? Tell us that. What are the attributes that a student would get placed in a good company? Tell me 5 attributes. You are expecting something, then you need to give something in return. The knowledge. So you have knowledge and experience right now. Other than knowledge and experience, what do you require? Each one of you are looking for a good placement, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what are the qualities that you would sit for an interview and you would be selected. I mean, you all are freshers, so experience goes out of the park, right? You won't have any experience. Other than confidence. Confidence, okay. Communication skills. Now we are talking here in front of your teachers and you are not able to talk. Or perhaps I can put it like this, you don't want to. So how would you make a good impression while you are giving an interview? You should be confident enough to talk here. You should not. They're asking you to do experience here. We're not asking you a technical question. We're not asking you to solve a difficult numerical. We're just asking you a basic question. So you need, obviously, as correctly put by Janvi, you need communication skills, you need confidence, you need knowledge, personality, and above everything, you need discipline. Discipline is one of the most important keys when we talk about this. Thank you, Janvi. From this table. Somebody from this table. Roshan, you want to talk? Talk? Okay.
Presentation.
Keep the mic slightly closer to you and talk slowly. Yes. Slowly as you speak.
और ये जो रिसर्च पेपर से के पहले में जब वहाँ पे जो ज्यूरी मेंबर्स थे, जज थे, टीचर्स थे, जिन्होंने किसी एक कैंडिडेट पे चेक किया कि किस तरीके से प्रेजेंटेशन हुई, किस तरीके से उसे देना चाहिए, तो यहाँ पे धीरे-धीरे समझ में आता है कि आपको अपने रिसर्च में और क्या इम्प्रूव करना है, और ऐसे अगर एक दो पेपर्स और होते जाए और अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ कोई भी टीचर्स और ऐसा, तो उससे पता चलता रहता है कि किस तरीके से आपको रिसर्च मैथोडोलॉजी को कैसे यूज करना है, और जो सारे कांसेप्ट्स थे जो हमें मैम ने अनिला ने पढ़ाया थे, वो सारे कांसेप्ट्स यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकली करने को मिला, और इस वजह से ज्यादा समझ में आया कि क्वांटिटेटिव क्वालिटेटिव सर्वे ये वो कैसे होते हैं और कैसे वो किया जाता है। तो आई वुड से कि हर सेमेस्टर में डीपीसी जैसे हमारे एडवाइजर ने स्टार्टिंग में हमसे पहला डीपीसी करवा दिया था, तो वहाँ से सेकेंड में तो और बेटर हुआ, इसके बाद वाले सेमेस्टर में और बेटर हो जाएगा, तो मतलब ओवरऑल हम लोग निकलते निकलते रिसर्च में एनालिटिकल पार्ट ही हमारा बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रूव हो जाएगा, और जो कंपनीज में सिर्फ क्रिएटिव या फिर सिर्फ अगर हम लोग बीजेएमसी और एमएमएम की बात करें या एमजीएमसी की बात तो सिर्फ क्रिएटिव होने से कुछ नहीं होता, एनालिटिक भी होना चाहिए और ये इससे एनालिटिक पावर थोड़ी बिल्ड हो रही है, कॉग्निटिव माइंडसेट तैयार हो रहा है।
I think the question was asked in English by Alisha ma'am.
Yes sir.
Why did you answer the entire thing in Hindi?
Sir,
Can't you speak English?
Sir, I can speak English, but I find.
But why you were speaking in Hindi? You are a MM student.
Sir,
And as far as I know, you have worked with the industry also.
Sir, but I find myself comfortable in Hindi.
No, but tomorrow when you go to a company,
Yes sir.
they ask a question in English. Are you going to say that I am more comfortable in Hindi?
Pardon, sir. I would like.
This will not do in the industry. That you can't express yourself.
No, sir. I'm a very expressive man. I just feel comfortable in Hindi forward, so that's why.
Then this is what I am saying.
Sir, sorry.
When
Sir.
you go to industry,
Yes, sir.
and if you say that I am more expressive in Hindi,
Thank you.
Ma'am, we should read
Newspapers? How many of you read newspapers? Anything scroll होता है? There are new generation apps. Anyone? On this good note that we should read newspapers more. Download the Hindu app in your phone. The Hindu is little heavy, so we can download little something lighter. Hindu के लिए graduate होने में it will take some time. All right. Anyone else? Can we hear somebody from here? Yes, please pass on the mic to Kushi. She was just telling me she wants to share. We are trying to adapt to the changing paradigm shifts in arts, media, and communication, and we are trying to train you all in the best possible ways. So anything you are now in semester 2, and it's almost been 1 year since you have joined the university. Anything that you want to sum it up, that how was your 1 year and what all did you learn? Any of your experiences sharing that you want?
I would like to share the experience of the film making. Like in first semester, we made first film. We were completely new to the field. But in this semester, we made another film, and that was the outdoor shoot that we did. And it gave us the practical experience that how on the set it feels like. So in the shoot, we learned a lot of things like the hard work, way to write things, and everything else. Amity provides a lot of the different opportunities to us to express ourselves. Like farewell is coming, fresher is coming, so we all get the opportunities to learn even more. And my biggest and the greatest experience was in the filmmaking.
Thank you, Kushi. Yes, Hansel, please pass on the mic. wants to share now? Anybody who wants to talk, share, or probably give a suggestion, an expectation that you have from us, anything is welcome. We just want you to talk. Prashant, please answer. Please give the mic to Prashant.
हाँ देखो ऑन हो गया आ गई बोलो हेलो 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 हेलो
भाई को पास कीजिए. Please take one last experience sharing and read from the particular session. One last experience sharing. Give the mic to Sanskrit. Yes, Sanskrit, I want you. So last experience sharing.
So good morning everyone, this is Sanskrit Sharma from VJMC2. So my best experience was filmmaking. Recently we have gone Anandi for a shoot, and if I talk personally, I traveled with timeline because we are given only 2 days to complete all the shoot. And although it was for 10 minutes, but it was very very difficult to work on a field with a timeline.
Thank you. Nandini, you can take one more if you want to share something.
So my experience with Amity was really good. There were a lot of practical experiences, workshops that were conducted, and even the opportunity for internship was given. I only think one suggestion I want to give is that we should organize workshops on how to make a CD, how to make a LinkedIn profiles, and such things should be organized also. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, you've been a lovely audience. Now we shall be starting the main event shortly. So just bear with us and please put your phone to silent. The guest is already here. We shall be starting shortly. We shall be starting shortly. Please maintain some silence and put your phones on the silent mode. Please do that.
There is so much of traffic and all. Traffic light.
Thank you. Please be seated, everybody. Please put your phones on silent mode. A quote that always strikes about the diverse field of communication is one by Wadsworth, Bevan, and Jackson, which states, "One cannot not communicate." Simply put, we are always communicating, whether it is verbally or non verbally, and this process has evolved over time as people, societies, and technologies have evolved. Due to the multiple dimensions associated with this continuously progressing field of study, communication is an enigmatic phenomena which is difficult to fully explain. Yet it has existed from the beginning of time and is very integral to our societies and indeed to our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries, our esteemed guest, Dr. Saurabh Banerjee, Assistant Professor, Institute of Management Sciences, University of Lucknow. Dean Academics, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Tiwari, Sir. Director, Amity School of Communication, Professor Dr. Sanjay Mohan Johri, Sir. Faculty colleagues and dear students. I, Alisha Sayeden, Assistant Professor at Amity School of Communication and the Faculty Coordinator for Media Connect 2024, welcomes each one of you on day 2 of valedictory session of Media Connect 2024. Please put your hands together for the valedictory session. It is indeed a pleasure to reach day 2 of this conference, which has been so far truly enriching, with an array of events taking place in the inaugural event, with the highlight of the inaugural session being the interactive and anecdotal experience sharing and keynote address by Ms. Sunita Aaron. Now, with this in-depth research papers presentations by faculty, research practitioners, scholars, and students on diverse fields and areas of communication and allied subjects, let us begin the day 2 of National Conference on the theme, Exploring the Uncharted, Paradigm Shifts in Art, Media, and Communication. And I would like to call Professor Dr. Sanjay Mohan Johri, Sir, Director, Amity School of Communication, and Chairman of Media Connect 2024 for a welcome address. Dr. Johri has been the pivotal force behind this conference and a mentor in shaping our research aptitude to its maximum potential. Everybody, put your hands together for Dr. Johari.
A very warm welcome to our guest of the day, Saurabh Banerjee. Uh, he has come from the Institute of Management Sciences, Lucknow University. We got slightly late because he had to come all the way from the IIM to MIT, the two ends of Lucknow. We will be deliberating on the yesterday's presentation and the students, some of them who got the best paper presentation award. And I know that the students are waiting to know that who are the best one on yesterday's research presentation, paper presentation. We have with us our very own Dean Academics, Professor Dr. Rajesh Tiwari. He is one who takes care of all the academic activities. He gives a nod on the approvals, and he always ensures that his famous green pen put some question marks, and at the end of it, I mean, he always approve it, but does his, I mean, yeah, he has that expertise with him, and he takes care of our academic programs. So thank you to Dr. Tiwari for being with us, and he will also be addressing the students. He was with us yesterday. Just one piece of advice to all the students here. This particular conference was organized and we have been organizing. This is perhaps the third or fourth edition of the students' conference. And it is important for each one of them because it is linked with your curriculum. As I was discussing with Dr. Tiwari yesterday, that, and Dr. Saurabh will also be happy to note that we have this non-teaching credit course, NTCC, which is now compulsory for the students in every semester in one form or the other. And this final semester students, be it bachelors or masters, they have to do their project in the last semester. And this particular conference was aligned in a manner that each one of them now has to focus and work seriously and come out with a research paper under the guidance of their respective faculty. And some of the students have done exceedingly well because the idea is to sensitize them towards the research, that pick up a topic, and when you pick up a topic, how you are going to take it forward with the kind of methodology, with the sampling you are going to do, and they are given 8 to 10 weeks time, just sufficient time. Some of the students, they do it with all seriousness and it helps them in their learning. There are others who take it casually, and university has been very meticulous in planning the examination system because it is subject to the evaluation. If your paper is not good, it is not presented in a conference, you have been slack on this, you are not going to get more than B plus. The rest of the students who are doing it seriously, they deserve to get A plus, or whatever is the evaluation. So this whole conference, the 2-day conference, it has been organized in a manner that students become serious towards their research approach. So thank you very much, Mr. Saurabh, and Dean Academics, Dr. Rajesh Tiwari, for being with us. And we'll now proceed with the next agenda. Thank you.
Media Connect 2024 has been successful in enriching, including dialogues with industry practitioners and a blend of academic insights, and presentations by more than 100 participants in offline and online mode. To discuss this in depth, I would invite the conference secretary and assistant professor at MIT School of Communication, Dr. Mohammad Faisal, to present the conference report. Give a big round of applause to Dr. Faisal.
A very good morning to one and all present. An academic conference serves as a platform for professionals and students to showcase their research findings, allowing them to gain valuable experiences within their field. Participants also benefit from receiving constructive feedback and insight from colleagues, helping them to enhance the quality of their work. Moreover, these conferences facilitate the dissemination of innovative and leading-edge discoveries from various areas of study. MIT School of Communication, MIT University Lucknow organized Media Connect, National Conference 2024, where the realms of arts, media, and communication seamlessly converge to explore uncharted territories. The conference commenced with an inaugural session held at Multipurpose Hall on March 19, 2024. The session began with the lighting of lamp ceremony symbolizing entitlement and auspicious beginning. Distinguished guests were facilitated by Professor Dr. Rajesh K. Tiwari, Dean Academics, Amity University, Lucknow, followed by a brief introduction of the conference and its objective by Professor Dr. Sanjay Mohan Johri, Director, Amity School of Communication, Amity University, Lucknow. A warm welcome address was delivered by the Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari, sir, setting the tone for the insightful discussion ahead. Ms. Alisha Saidan introduced the esteemed speaker, Ms. Sunita Iran, who delivered the keynote address. The keynote captivated the audience and provided valuable insight into the evolving landscape of these fields. A memento was presented to Ms. Sunita Iran as a token of appreciation for her enlightened address by Professor Dr. Kamar Rahman, eminent scholar and Dean Research Science and Technology, Amity University, Lucknow. Dr. Arina Zainab Mirza, the convener of Media Connect 2024, then delivered the vote of thanks, expressing the gratitude to the guests, all participants, and organizers for making the event a success. The inaugural session concluded with a group photograph capturing the collective spirit of collaboration and learning. Following the inaugural session, the conference proceeded with the series of technical sessions, both online and offline mode, held at ESCO AB6 first floor, Amity School of Communication. A total of 7 technical sessions were conducted, featuring presentations by students, scholars, and faculty members. These sessions were chaired and co-chaired by esteemed experts. We received 106 research papers from various universities and colleges across the country. The hybrid format of the conference facilitated seamless participation and knowledge exchange, contributing to the overall success and impact of Media Connect National Conference 2024. The guidance from the review team has been invaluable in helping us organize this conference in a structured and focused manner. Participating in an academic conference is an excellent avenue for advancing one's research career. Our conference team is committed to providing opportunities for networking, meeting potential collaborators, co-authors, staying updated on the latest research trends, and gaining insight into the developing in our respective fields. We extended our best wishes to everyone you pursue your research missions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Faisal, for the in-depth conference report. It is with great honor and enthusiasm that I introduce to you to our esteemed guest speaker for this national conference, Dr. Saurav Banerjee. Dr. Banerjee's journey through academia and industry has been marked by exceptional achievements and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Dr. Banerjee currently serves as an assistant professor and nominee of the Central Placement Cell at the Institute of Management Sciences, University of Lucknow. His educational background is as diverse as it is impressive, with a BTech in Chemical Technology from HBTI Kanpur, an MBA in Technology Management from IIT Delhi, and on doctoral research in sustainability and green business at IIFT New Delhi. With over 13 years of experience in B2B and industrial marketing across India, Kuwait, and UAE, Dr. Banerjee brings a wealth of practical insights to the table. His international exposure includes training stints in Finland and Germany, enriching his perspective on global business practices. In addition to his corporate roles, Dr. Banerjee has made significant contributions to academia. He has served as the Director of Academics at the Indic Institute of Design and Research in Bhubaneswar, Orissa, and has taught at prestigious institutions such as Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi University, IMT Ghaziabad, among others. Dr. Banerjee's research interests span a wide range of topics with a particular focus on sustainability and environment impact. His involvement in the Protsahan scheme at Lucknow University underscores his commitment to addressing pressing environmental issues such as the impact of hydropower on fragile ecosystems. In conclusion, Dr. Saurabh Banerjee's rich background, diverse expertise, and dedication to scholarship make him an invaluable addition to our conference. Please put your hands together for the guest speaker for Day 2 of Media Connect 2024, the valedictory session. Now I would request Professor Dr. Sanjay Mohan Jori, sir, to present a sapling to our guest, Dr. Saurabh Banerjee. This is just a small token of appreciation from Media Connect 2024. Give a big round of applause to our guest speaker today, Dr. Saurabh Banerjee, everybody. Now, without any further delay, let us now welcome Dr. Saurabh Banerjee for his address with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm really honored and privileged to be among you. And many thanks for Professor Johri and team from MET for this invitation. I'm really touched. The green plant is very close to my heart, sustainable. So I'm working for greener planet and all. So the lady who was having a lot of kind words. So this Protsahan scheme I'd like to talk about first before we get into this paradigm shift. Hydropower is supposedly a greener option compared to thermal power, but that is not the full story. In Uttarakhand, in hilly areas of India as well as, Uttarakhand as well as J&K and others, there has been, landslides and stuff like that. So LU, Lucknow University, has been very kind enough to grant a research grant for my project on having a holistic study on hydropower. 4 or 5 students of mine from UG, they are assisting me, and hopefully something better will come out in a form of research paper and all. All right, so coming back to this, I'll use here. That will be okay. If I can have to use some mic or something. Or maybe I'm audible, is it?
No, we have.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry for this spectacle. My uric acid has gone up, so I have to use this thing. So, pardon me for that. All right, without wasting any more time, because we have already spent some time commuting, etc., etc. Paradigm shift. I'll start with a उर्दू शेर. कहते हैं कि चेहरे भी बदल जाते हैं मौसम की तरह और कस्टमर भी बदल जाते हैं कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर की तरह. So, you marketers, young budding marketers and brand specialists, strategists, etc., you have to keep this thing in mind that you cannot use an older technique. Napoleon Bonaparte ने कहा था, you cannot win a war using old strategies. So, strategies, the techniques, the tools, the frameworks, they are being reinvented. Maybe sometimes it is old wine in a new bottle, but nevertheless, things are changing. Just to borrow a line from Bob Dylan's song, the times are changing. I have used that quote somewhere in this place. So I'll take you through a couple of marketing gurus and very successful entrepreneurs. My is one. Okay. I haven't invented anything else shattering. So everything need not be rocket science. A lot of stuff is basically common sense. And that is what my song says. I haven't invented anything earth shattering. If I could be said to have one noteworthy ability compared with the average person, it's that I have a keen interest in reading the direction and timing of paradigm shifts. Now, Kodak as a company, they lost the market because they couldn't see a paradigm shift from analog to digital, isn't it? Then Nokia, they lost the market because they couldn't see a paradigm shift. And good old companies like HMT, Hindustan Machine Tools and stuff like that, they lost the market because they couldn't adapt along with the change of the time. Dinosaurs do not survive. Dinosaur and mammoths, the strongest possible animals on this world, on this earth, they have become extinct. But the cockroach, the small tiny cockroach, they will survive in nuclear mayhem because they have the adaptability, they can change with the time. So, changing, adaptability, adjustment, that should be the DNA of all marketers, of anybody who is willing to learn and change along with the times. I'll take another quote. Can you please zoom it a little bit, if it is possible? Thank you. I hope students in the back seat, they can see it. Now, this is another quote from Eric Schmidt, ex-CEO of Google. It's because of this fundamental shift towards user-generated information that people will listen more to other people rather than to traditional sources of ads and push advertising, print advertisement or whatever it is. So as long as it is user-generated, it's in the peer network, one customer believes another customer more than when a company claims something that we are better than the best. Science we are. So in good old English, they say best is the best. There is nothing superlative to best, but Sansui came in and they say we are better than the best. So it's all claims. Sometimes it is puffery in advertising. They say cheetah bhi peeta hai. Aadmi to pee nahi pa raha, cheetah bhi pee raha hai. Cold drinks. So that's the ad of perhaps what is that, Marvin Dew or something. So puffery, boasting, and false claims, they do not gel with the customers, but a real feedback on maybe Flipkart, on Amazon, and that sounds genuine, that clicks with the customer. Then another quote here, I'll use Seth Godin's quote, why use social media? Marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you make. So in business analytics, the current flavor of the month maybe, it's very hip and fashionable to talk about data analytics and business analytics, but nevertheless it adds value. So there is something known as storytelling. It's not the data, it's not how you draw your, bar charts and pie charts and stuff like that, scatter diagram, although that is also important. I'm not undermining those techniques. But how you bring in the story, and then connect with the customer, engage with them, and customers believe it because they can relate with the story. So a nice storyteller and a good marketer, they have got a lot of things common. And then there is a trust factor. Otherwise, there is so much of trust deficit. There is so much of information. We are seeing so many ads 24/7. So the engagement and the trust factor that comes. Next slide. This is a little bit longish, but maybe I'll cut down something. This is a quote from Harish Manwani, chairman of Hindustan Unilever, in one of his AGMs, that we are living in a VUCA world. Now, what is VUCA is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So, a lot of stuff is uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Technology can change, regime can change. We are anyway in the middle of election fever now. And the GST and the demonetization, we have seen a lot of stuff. So rules and regulations can change. A regime change in US, God forbid if Trump comes, then a lot of impact will be there on Indian business. So anyway, the world is volatile, world is uncertain, and of course it is very complex and there is ambiguity. But then we have to manage. It's like maneuvering along the landmines, that you don't step on a landmine and you survive for another day. Now, times they are changing. That's a very nice song by Bob Dylan. Some of you might have heard it. Otherwise, go and hear this song. Bob Dylan said it in 1960s. Times are changing. And it is not only with music and all. Music also trends change. Hip hop and stuff like that came in. Technology, product, consumer behavior, the fashion, everything changes. So now, what information consumer is rather obvious. It consumes the attention of its recipients. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention economy. Now, this is a quote from Herbert Simon. So, attention economy. Attention economy is, since customer, anybody for that matter, we are bombarded with so much of information, so many ads, that you are confused. You have got so many channels to choose from. So people keep on surfing the channels. And in good old days, there was only Doordarshan. So even if I am not remotely concerned with agriculture, but I used to see बैंगन की खेती और कैसे उसमें कीड़े से बचाया. Although I have no interest in बैंगन की खेती and stuff like that. So there used to be maybe one Om Puri or that Kakkaji Gahin or something. So that was dearth of information, dearth of entertainment, but people were entertained. And now you have so many channels and still you are looking for something else. Now, change in the structure of advertising. What are these drivers? The paradigm shift. So let's talk about some drivers. Advertising is changing like anything else. Change in the role of the customer. Who is influencing whom? Adaptability of organization. That survival instinct and adjustment and stuff like that. And of course, competition. So, Sony came and they changed the world as far as music is concerned. Portable music. Music need not be in a box like, Murphy radio, which is consuming half of your study table. Music can be in a pocket size, Walkman, Discman, and even smaller, iPod. So competition, whether it is Apple, whether it is digital photography pioneers. So they are changing the world. Mass marketing. In good old days, F.W. Taylor's classical management and Henry Ford style of operation is not going to work with our customers anymore. I have used a quote of Henry Ford. You can have any color car as long as it is black. And that is pure arrogance. Customers do not want only black color cars. You want yellow, canary yellow, and maybe 20 shades of yellow and 30 shades of pink. So you have to offer as per the consumer choice, not what is beneficial to you as per economy of scale and stuff like that. So mass marketing is not working anymore. Similarly, one size fits all. That is the strategy we used to have. That one size fits all. You produce one product. I used to use one quote by Emerson. That as long as you build a nice mousetrap, the world will beats its path to your door. So the manufacturer's job is to make a decent mousetrap that works. Isn't going to work anymore because there are 20 other people who are going equally good mousetraps or maybe better. So now you have to go to tell customers that we exist and we build a nice mousetrap and stuff like that. Then PLCs, there is a philosophy and school of thought that PLC, there is nothing like PLC. Like in our Hindu philosophy or even in Christian philosophy, there is a concept of Punarjanam, rejuvenation. So traditionally, the 4 stages of PLC: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. The moment decline stage sets in, then you do some innovation. You do some repackaging and stuff like that, and then there is another PLC starts. It's like Phoenix takes off afresh. So that is a new PLC altogether. So even the so-called concept of PLC is getting reinvented. Then demarketing and demassification of products. Government general regulation, deregulation. There is an interesting quote by Deng Xiaoping. At one time, he was the supremo of China. He said, we don't care whether the cat is red, that is communist, socialist, or black, as long as it catches the mice. So even the Chinese economy is now getting deregulated, and it is indeed deregulated. Indian economy, right from P.V. Narasimha Rao's days, we have seen LPG, not liquefied petroleum gas, but rather liberalization, privatization, and globalization. So, and now Indian leaders, they have allowed a so-called taboo industry which was defense. So Rafael is coming in, and private sectors like Anil Ambani and Bharat Forge of Baba Kalyani, they are producing parts and things like that for Indian defense. I know one small industry, PVC industry somewhere in Lucknow only. They are producing titanium-based, missile parts right here in Lucknow, Sarojini. Manu Agarwal happens to be the CEO of one of their subsidiary, and I invited Manu. Manu is an IIT and IIM alumni, and he talks very, very well. So Manu talked about SCM, etc., supply chain management in IMS, Lucknow University, a few weeks back. So there are such people in Lucknow, in UP, in India, of course, and we are producing, world level, world class manufacturing, and that is getting into leading edge companies, and we are producing BrahMos missile, and Indian companies are supplying parts for them. Rising anti-commercialism. There was this movement in West, Naomi Klein, no logo. So some of us, we are very brand conscious, but then there is a movement even in Europe and West, no logo. Well, you can have a nice jeans, but without a logo of Levi's. Patagonia, environmental conscious company, sustainable company. They are not running after profit, although profit is important, and they are a profitable company. But they are not satisfying the market analysts and investment bankers and venture capitalists, sacrificing that what is sustainable. Possibly that way they can produce more profit. So profit with conscience. There is an important framework, John Elkington's triple bottom line. It starts with Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam concept or maybe stewardship concept of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji has got a nice quote on this, that God has given you enough for human beings' need, but God has not given enough for human beings' greed. There is an American proverb that a frog does not drink away the water of the pond it lives in. So, the sustainable way of life, Brundtland land framework that's for our coming future, that we use resources but we do not end up consuming those resources. So, ensuring that our future generation, our kids, and the generation to come, they have petroleum or at least something renewable and stuff like that. So, no logo is also working in that direction. That one need not be mad about brands and this thing. Although I do agree with Theodore Levitt that anything and everything can be branded, including commodities, and that is what we are seeing. The bottle of water is getting branded, you know, and even commodity like atta is getting branded. But that is also there, and there are other school of thoughts. World is now a global village, and that is how the competition is also there. So even Ada Khan, the local designer from Lucknow for chicken curry, Nasima Banu, who has been awarded, Padma Shri, possibly this year only. So they are a global brand. You don't have to have a tag of money and this thing, Adani only. So even a small kind player with a very limited resources, without any legacy of top industrialists, that can be sustainable thanks to e-commerce, thanks to liberalized economy and so on. Then of course CRM and relationship marketing, that we are moving from, one campaign, the so-called Philip Kotler talks about stain gun approach versus rifle approach. Earlier we used to have stain gun approach. So you, without taking an aim, you just shoot 40 rounds at a time. But that is a wastage of resources. Now the ads and the message, they are getting customized. So one of my customer is, fond of ghazals. So we advertise possibly the newest album from Hariharan and stuff like that. And somebody who is hip hop fan, then of course you send them whatever it is from hip hop labels. And the technology is there, data mining techniques are there. One-to-one marketing, database marketing is helping us how to customize, tailor it, and make it connect with the customer one-to-one. So that is about relationship marketing. How marketing or overall business has changed over a period of time. So right from industrial revolution, James Watt's, steam engine and a lot of automation and all. Then we have seen mass production that started developing tracks in 1960s. Even Henry Ford Motors is having a lot of trouble these days. Japanese has taken over. But even in 1960s, people were getting fed up with all black models of Model T. And by 1970s and 80s, all that happens that we already discussed. You can have as any cars as long as it is black. Now, after Ford, GM Motors came in the American market and General Motors started customizing. And now, all the Japanese makers like Toyota, Lexus, they have taken over. Detroit market is now growing. American automobile market has been taken over, just like their electronics market by Japanese. Because they could not see that paradigm shift. They could not see this winds are changing, how winds are going in which direction. So, there is a fun I have tried to play, Taylor and Taylor. One is capital T, another is small t. So tailor is fabric tailor, and tailor made is customized. That I offer what you want, only what you want. I don't offer you what your friends want. Courses for the courses. Earlier the paradigm was that one size fits all. एक टी-शर्ट बनाओ, ग्रैंडफादर भी पहने और फादर भी पहने और उसके जो होते हैं वो भी पहने. वो नहीं चल रहा. And Japanese concepts like TQM, total quality management, Kaizen, zero defect, that has taken over. SQC, statistical quality control, etc. Marketing wise, let us talk about some ads which has been game changers. Volkswagen, small is beautiful. Americans were producing clunkers, the big cars, Cadillac. But then 1970s saw the first oil shock, and we are having another oil shock now thanks to Ukraine-Russia war. So petrol is shooting through the roof. Now we are moving towards electric vehicles. So cars are getting compact, cars are getting small. So now it is not the big is beautiful, now it is small is beautiful. It was first started by Volkswagen. They put one small car little top up on Cadillac or a Hummer. Hummer is a gas guzzler. Like our ambassador, 6 kilometers per liter. Can you afford it? Whereas now we are having easily 24, 25 kilometers per liter. So mileage has become a critical issue, and aesthetics has become a critical issue. The options and the choices are becoming critical issue, not the cost only. Production flexibility. Now we are seeing lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, and stuff like that. So flexibility is the name of the game. Takeovers, spin-offs, divestitures, plant closures, outsourcing, and the good and bad part of all this globalized market. People are losing jobs. The job security has gone. So American style of hire and fire and the Japanese style of lifetime employment. There was this apparent contradiction. Even Japanese, whether they like it or don't like it, they have forsaken this lifetime employment, and now even the layoffs and benching employees, etc. now is taking over. And of course, we are seeing recession. I managed to place with a lot of difficulty some boys, some students with Infosys. But Infosys is unfortunately not releasing the joining letter. Now, you think about those boys' future. Reduced salary, they have been asked to join Jaipur, where their hometown is somewhere in Bahraich and Gorakhpur and all. So they have reduced the salary. I will not quote what is the salary they are offering, and salary offered is not very high. So that is the real life scenario. No matter what kind of basic ad you see in the newspaper, 2 crore jobs and stuff like that. Mass customization from assembly line production, that you have the beauty of economy of scope and then mixing the benefits of economy of scale. So that is the mass customization. So we produce the same printer, but then cartridges are different. One can be black and white and one can be color cartridge. As long as the printer is same, you have the benefit of cost optimization, cost reduction, and the options of color and black cartridge, black and white. So that is giving the benefit of mass customization. ROI and clear attribution. Return on investment, TOMA, top of the mind awareness, ROMI, return on marketing investment. These are getting critical. There was this John Wanamaker or McLaughlin, he said that 50% of my ad expense is waste, but I really don't know which 50% is wasted. So in good old days, the manufacturers and the brand owners, they didn't have a choice. They used to spend a lot of money without knowing whether the money is going down the drain or money is getting the returns. Now, thanks to a lot of improvement in forecasting technique, lot of improvement in analytics, and thanks to big data, real-time data, you can capture the data as consumers are buying, as consumers is consuming. and then we can make a very targeted campaign that out of the X amount dollar or rupees spent, whether it is fetching the return or not. So ROI linking, one side is creativity, innovation, that's all fine, but at the end of the day, ads have to be paid for. So advertisement effectiveness and return on investment, so that is taking over. Now, if we talk about how paradigms have been changing, how much time we have, sir?
Another 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay. Before I bore you and drive you to sleep, just give me a warning and I'll stop right there. So, there are a couple of factors I'll quickly run through. Incrementality measurement to drive outcomes. So, this concept has come from Japanese, that incremental improvement, Kaizen, continuous improvement. It's not radical like what the Americans want. Shanti se, not Kranti se, I say to my students. That gradually, ahista ahista, there is a beautiful ghazal by Jagdish Singh, that things get improved ahista, slowly. And radical changes, you change the technology, you change the system, you break the barriers, possibly there will be too much of revolution and people will not accept it. So that is also has to be seen. So that is why incremental measurement to drive outcomes. Advanced segmentation for personalized experience. So good old segmentation technique, age and sex and education and all. So that is there, but there is nothing novel about it. Everybody is doing that. Now those companies who are getting into psychological segmentation, behavioral segmentation, time segmentation, geographical segmentation, they are getting the benefit. Now integrating customer journeys across the digital media spectrum of connected devices. And now we have got so many gadgets. We are always connected on the go. So one person typically carries a laptop, a tab, possibly 2-3 phones, and one phone is having 3 things. To my goodness. Sometimes it gets absolutely crazy, and they are demanding on your time, on your attention. So among all these multifarious gadgets, and then you have to have some time for your family, for your kids and friends and stuff like that. So you can imagine how a customer who gets bombarded right from the morning to late night about ads, about so-called spam messages, people selling insurance and whatnot. So how companies get differentiated? How do you make yourself felt that you exist among all this crowd? So possibly behavioral, psychological segmentation, lifestyle, life cycle stages. Those are the actual differentiators. Outcome-based advertising, maximizing LTV. Michael Porter, the strategy guru. So he talked about, and Jagdish said, another expert on consumer behavior, lifetime value. So it is not the transaction-based economy or maybe few transactions one company can have from the customers, rather how you hook them, how do you make them loyal, even if when loyalty is very short-lived, in personal life as well as in business life. So what is the way out? That you have to have some loyalty hooks, how to bind your customers. It can be loyalty points, bonus, or something very creative. Push to pull marketing. That customers comes and ask, Thanda matlab Coca-Cola, a good old ad of Coca-Cola. So they have made a generic stuff Thanda and then marrying it with your brand Coca-Cola. Similarly, Colgate. So a lot of people believe Colgate is the toothpaste. So they mean toothpaste, but they ask for Colgate. So that is the level of success some companies established Otherwise, you are lost in the crowd. That you are also ran among 20 other brands. Interactive and engaging content, customer generated content that in the first slide we talked about. Netflix and you as a viewer, you can impact the outcome, whether the movie or whatever the sitcom. I don't watch much movies, I have a very limited idea. But people tell me, including my wife, she has got more knowledge about films now, that we can impact the end, whether it is comedy or tragedy or how things will turn out. And similar with all the serials and stuff like that. So Netflix and perhaps Hotstar, they are giving due credits to the customers. It is not the script writer or the director who is driving the outcome. It is the customer who is paying for it. OTT platforms and all. So they are impacting and they are demanding the result. Authentic storytelling we have talked about. I have talked about like sustainable. That is one measure, but then there are other things also. I may be passionate about sustainable, but there are other things involved also. Patagonia is one such company. Their USP, unique selling proposition, is not a cheaper product or differentiated product. They say sustainable clothing. Like there is something like sustainable wedding, sustainable fashion, and sustainable this, sustainable that. Multi-channel marketing, omni-channel marketing. If I want to buy a car, I do market research right on the net. Electric vehicles, for example. So I get all the specs on my fingertips. Still, I don't buy the car. I go to the dealer, SRM Motors or whatever it is. Then I go for a test drive. And then I go to Delhi. I bought my Tiago from Delhi because I got 20,000 additional offer or something. So now consumers, they have got a lot of choice on their fingertips because of internet and because of omni-channel marketing. You can compare. Flipkart is giving you comparison for 4 brands. Bike Deco and Car Deco, portals like that, they are giving you a lot of options. So even the portals are helping you zero in, and then you go out and then you experience the brand yourself, and then you take it. Next slide. Then there is advertising effectiveness, ROI and stuff like that. Earlier the advertising was like shooting in the dark. You release ads in leading papers and you check whichever paper is either vernacular or English is having the max circulation figures. Even the circulation figures are suspect these days because TRP ratings are all rigged. We have seen in Republic TV that TRP ratings are all junk. Similarly, circulation figures are also much less than whatever is claimed. So either it is certified figures if certified figures are available. So all those certification is also subject to a lot of market conditions that you pay some bribe and you get a better TRP rating. But as long as things are really genuine, then possibly you can zero down on whatever media vehicle that will give you the max exposure and penetration. Then the ads are released and then you hope that okay, customers will relate with my ad. But there is no guarantee. Because along with LG, Samsung, Sansui, Videocon and maybe couple of imported television makers are also saying the same thing. So you get lost in the clutter. So ad gurus are fighting that how to be differentiated from that clutter. So either it is humor or there is a shock value. So Amul ad, the little girl, cute girl Amul or Nirma, that is different from the crowd because you connect. Asian Paints Gattu, so you connect. Whereas there are maybe 20 other paint manufacturers. There is Virgil, there is Nirla and who, no, it is not. So advertising practices in real time, that you get to know that whatever ads are released, either offline, online, or mixed media, or streaming media, whether it is reaching to the customer that we want, or it is just getting lost. So ad practices, they have got a tracking ability in it, that how many customers they click on your pop-up ads or some such techniques, putting sensors and all. Studies that couldn't be conducted before are possible now, thanks to data capture and big data and some techniques of, again, analytics. Some statistical modeling, information retrieval, machine learning, optimization, econometric models, they are helping. So the accuracy level is going up. And ROMI and ROI factors are going up. Next slide. Conventional wisdom, that what used to work 20 years back and what is working now. So we'll see some shifts, some changes. NFL, American game of basketball, that games advertisements have started to target female viewers. Although these type of games were used to be male audience oriented, just like soccer, even like cricket. But cricket, women cricket is now getting a little bit popular. The pay parity discussion is going on, and hopefully sooner or later we'll have a pay parity just like between actors and actors, and women cricket and male cricket. But now, definitely, women as a segment, they have become viable enough that advertisers in US, they are targeting females because they also watch, they also enjoy. Buyer preference, conviction, and action, that is responsibility models of IDA or Larry Steiner model, although those models were a little old, 60s, with some tweaks here and there, those models are still working because our traceability, trackability, they are getting improved. We have moved from black box selling to consultative selling. I am very proud to say, I am very proud to tell yourself that I have done marketing for 13 years. I was instrumental in doing a marketing alliance with a German company while we were selling pumps in India. So I just went around meeting people from sugar industry and petrochemical and stuff like that. And we made some application engineering with my team. And we sold that concept to Putzmeister, a German firm. And fortunately, we got a contract, marketing alliance. And then I did my industrial marketing in Gulf also. So I sold some stuff from Italy, which was the first time in Gulf, outside Italy. That is called anti-graffiti paints. Like on the walls, they put a lot of ads and all. Some paints are there in the market which doesn't allow anybody to paint whatever they feel like. So anti-gravity paints. And I have done such things in life. So when I talk about marketing, I call my personal experiences right from Gulf, right from my training in Germany and Finland, etc. So I believe that marrying theory and practices, that helps. Otherwise it gets very bookish and very boring. Other changes what are happening, physical marketplace to virtual marketplace. Anyway, we have moved from offline to online, then hybrid, couple of different channels. That the same company is having the shop in Aminabad, and the same stuff is available on Flipkart, and then you can have it on tele-shopping, etc. So virtual marketplace is a viable stuff now. Advertising from conventional media to non-conventional media through your FM channel and through the sites you visit. So they are tailor-made ads, just like I said, that somebody is fond of polo t-shirts, then he or she is getting polo t-shirt kind of ads, and somebody is a rock and roll fan, so she is getting rock and roll type of ads. So customization. Product centric to customer centric approach. So there is this joke. किसी ने कंघी बनाने की फैक्ट्री डाल दी, कंघी बन के तैयार हो गई। अब आप उसको बेचने चले तो पता लगा गांव के सारे लोग अनुपम खेर और अमरीश पुरी गंजे। I call it product centric marketing. So first you have to see how many bodies are there in the market, and then you decide whether they need comms or whether they need a wig first. You know, so first you better start a wig factory. पहले उनको नकली बाल तो बेचो, बाद में कंघी बेचो. So I call it product centric and then customer centric, market research based, not your hunch based, not what the boss thinks that this is the best product, but what the customer thinks, because customer is the ultimate boss. Next slide. So here I am about to close. Here are a couple of from industry leaders. Alpana Titas, Executive Vice President. It's a longish quote, but the gist of the matter is that Coca-Cola and Alpana is the Vice President of Flavors, Pepsi. So they zeroed down on Telangana and they took the leading personalities, brand personalities that was that Allu Arjun. So you guys were more better film oriented or knowledgeable about films, you will be knowing Allu Arjun must be a very popular star there. So using Allu Arjun, they created some 7-up related campaigns, and of course it connected with the customer. Michael Dell said in one of his interaction with the Harvard Business Review, the biggest change from business as usual is changing the focus from how much inventory there is to how fast it's moving. So in financial books and in ratios, they call it inventory turnover ratio. That inventory need not be in your godown or in the storeroom. Inventory needs to be recycled. I mean, it has to go to the dealers and to be sold. Otherwise, there will be dead stock, and you are left with a lot of working capital stuck with your dead stock, and that is profitability going down. So, how fast is inventory can be rotated? So, Michael Dell and Dell Computers in general, they don't produce first and then they try to go and find customers. Rather, they will take orders that okay, you need so much of hard disk, you design it yourself, and then it will be produced and then it will be shipped direct to customer. Parley Agro created some campaigns on Twitter, now X, that if Hippo's brand is not available in any retail outlet, so customers can flash that, sound it, and then remedial measures will be taken and that retailer will be given fresh stock. And then so on about Mary Kay Cosmetics. So everybody is getting customer centric. Next slide. Computational advertising. That is the trend going towards how to make it more targeted, how to compute whether this ad is working, and God forbid if it is not working, then scrap it instead of wasting time and money on it. So here, whether it is display, contextual advertising, textual advertising, sponsored search, real-time bidding, viral advertising, mobile, and social advertising on Facebook, Meta, Twitter. So again, it is one-to-one, targeted to a niche segment. Niche is also getting further segmented into some niches and all, so that you get the money's worth. The sponsors, the companies who spend, and they get the return. Next step. If we talk about some fundamental shifts, how Apple has been successful, Google and Ipsos, they collaborated, and Google is, for Apple's Intelligent Tracking Prevention, ITP. So far, the best phone in the market that is best encrypted is Apple phone. It's almost impossible to break it, even through Pegasus software, the Israeli infamous software that can break into any system. But Apple warns you that your phone is compromised, somebody has broken it, or your password is hacked and stuff like that. Whether it is done by government or whether it is done by some other non-state actors. So that kind of differentiation, which is not provided by some other brands, so that is the differentiator, and that is why Apple can generate a neat 50-60% premium over its nearest competitor. Next slide, please. Okay, I am through, and I love to take questions or any comments. If anybody has got something to share or something to contradict, I'm not saying I have got the last word. Nobody can have the last word in marketing, paradigm shifts and all, because it is dynamic. Things are changing. But possibly I have started some string of thoughts that will I leave with you, and you go read and study. So any comments, I welcome. Thank you.
Do we have any questions? We'll take one. Who wants to ask a question?
I think that we are running short of time, so we can now proceed to the next item.
All right.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I want to ask whether how will this artificial intelligence, also known as AI, will affect the mass media and the journalism, and to what extent?
All right. That's a good question. AI, ML, IoTs, these are not just alphabet soups. They are very viable and effective technologies. Now, AI has got, of course, any technology is double-edged sword. Artificial intelligence has got a lot of benefits, and AI has got certain demerits as well. So just like nuclear energy or nuclear technology can be used in a positive manner, and nuclear technology is very disastrous also. You can remember Chernobyl disaster, 3 miles islands in US and stuff like
Thank you, sir.
that. Okay.
Yes, so you stay here. Thank you, sir, for this insightful and very in-depth session. Please put your hands together for Dr. Sawyer. And now we move ahead to one of the most awaited time, which is we would be announcing the best papers. I would request Dean Academics, Rajesh Kumar Tiwari, sir, and Director, MIT School of Communication, to please join the guest here. I know all of you are waiting for this moment because we have had all the technical sessions yesterday and you are curiously eager to know the results. So we shall be announcing the results one by one. Since few of our winners are online as well, so we would just be announcing the results and moving ahead with the physical distribution of certificates of the participants who are present here. So the winner of the first technical session, which was conducted online, now we have a joint winner, Dr. Meera Shidorkar, with her topic, Partition in Indian Cinema, Unearthing Women's Untold Narratives, and Mr. Kanat Prajna Das. He's an independent researcher from University of Delhi with topic MCU, the strong female character trope and gender misrepresentation in Disney Marvel movies. Please put your hands together for the winners of Technical Session 1 online. Dr. Meera Shidorkar, Assistant Professor, Bennett University, and Mr. Kanat Prajna Das from University of Delhi. Now we move ahead to the winner of the second technical session, which is Dr. Annie Gupta, Assistant Professor. And her topic was Performing Arts as Pedagogical Tools Enhancing French Language Learning and Cultural Understanding. Please put your hands together for Dr. Annie Gupta. Dr. Annie Gupta, Assistant Professor at Postgraduate Government College for Girls, Chandigarh. Now, the winner of the Technical Session 3 is our own student, Miss Kashika Nigam from BJMC 6. And her topic was the effectiveness of virtual reality in immersive storytelling and its potential applications in journalism. Now, these were the basically winners who were not present physically. We move ahead to the announcement of the technical session 4, and the winner is Ms. Bhavna Soni of BJMC second semester. I think she has presented her paper first time in a national conference, which is amazing. And her topic was to study the role and contribution of ChatGPT in replacing life skills with special reference to higher education. Congratulations, Bhavna. Next is we have the winner for technical session 5, and the winner is Miss Arhama Ali of BJMC 6. And her topic was an analysis on the effects of sleep deprivation on snacking behaviors in young adults. Congratulations, Arhama. Now we have the winner of Technical Session 6. The Best Paper Award goes to Mr. Ajit Yadav of MJMC 4th semester. And his topic was the impact of social media on the brain health and behavior of youth. The study of how short videos like reels reducing human patience level and making youth restless. Congratulations, Ajit. And the winner of Technical Session 7 is our very own Dr. Neelu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Amity School of Communication. And her topic was Evolution of the Film Studio System, a case study of Prabhat Studio in Indian cinema. Congratulations, Dr. Neelu. Now, while we are here, now we'll do the release of the abstract book of Media Connect 2024. Yes, can we please have the abstract books? Now we'll do the uncover of the abstract book of Media Connect 2024. And I would please request the core team members, the convener, co-convener, conference secretary, and my co-faculty coordinator of Media Connect 2024 to please join the release of abstract book. And the treasurer of Media Connect 2022, Sauman Bhattacharya. Please join. Put your hands together, everybody. Now I would like to invite Dean Academics, Amity University, Lucknow campus, Professor Dr. Rajesh Kumar Tiwari, sir, for an address. Please take it.
So very good afternoon to all of you. and thank you for inviting me to address the gathering. Though I have prepared a comprehensive note to deliver my talk, but because of the shortage of time, I just squeeze it. So, uh, first of all, I must say thanks to Dr. Professor Banerjee for such a exciting talk. If I summarize his talk in few sentences, it would be like change is the thing which is only constant in nature. And we can cope up with the changes only if we invent, we reboot ourselves, we keep on updating your knowledge, we keep on updating your skills. And if we fail to cope up, we will perish. And we somehow survive, we survive with the compromises. So give him a big round of applause for his thought, the rich message that he has given through this platform. Students particularly, it is really a great moment for all of us to interact with a person who has proven track record in his field. Yesterday, we have interacted with Sunita Aron, madam, and he has taken us on a transformative journey of print media to television to the social media that we have been experiencing now. He has beautifully explained the pivotal role played by the technology in this evolution process, how difficult it was for her to align the workforce with the changing paradigm, changing landscape of the media. She has beautifully explained this thing also. And you realize this thing, that you cannot get this experience through books. It is the person who has shared with you with the 30 or 40 years of experiences. As a dean academics, I have given some responsibility to align the, academic processes of the MIT with the paradigm shift in the field of education. As you know, nowadays, the terms like experiential learning, workplace exposure, self-learning, self-placed learning, these are not merely the terms. These are not merely the keywords. They are aligned with your processes, and those students who have recently joined, they must have realized this thing, that how the MIT has, cope up with these changes and how the MIT has aligned its academic system to the industry requirement and to the requirement of the government policies. And here I would congratulate Professor Johari and his team that how beautifully they have aligned the objective of this particular conference with the paradigm shift landscape of the, not only with the media paradigm escape changes, but the landscapes of the academic changes as well. They have linked the objective with the supervised intended learning. We can call it NTCC, non-teaching credit courses, because this is the only platform wherein you can get the workplace exposure or exposure of experiential learning while doing your study. And we have realized it, and we have seen in action as 105 research paper has been read, and some of the best research paper has been, the authors has been given award here. There is a abstract book also published. This is the best outcome of all the processes. It is well understood and well evidence fact that learning would be at its zenith when learning is constructed by a learner. And when the learner is not a receptacle of the knowledge, it may comes out with the, the outcome that we have seen right now. So big round of applause for the Professor Johari and his team. I would also request Professor Johari and the team to come up with the outcome plan. Professor Banerjee has also mentioned that outcome process is the important process nowadays in marketing. Not in marketing, sir. We have implemented, our thought leaders have implemented in our system, and each and every activity in MIT, whether it is academic or non-academic or event-like, there must be an outcome should be come out, and it is shared with everyone so that everyone can get benefited out of it. With this word, thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for such a beautiful wrap-up address. Everything need not to be rocket science. Some things are just common sense. Changing and adaptability should be the DNA. This is my takeaway for today's guest speaker session. Now I would request Dean Academics, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Tiwari, sir, to please felicitate our guest with a memento. This is just a small token of appreciation from MIT. And as we move to the end of this event, Day 2 valedictory session of Media Connect 2024, I would now like to invite the co-convener of Media Connect 2022 for delivering the vote of thanks. Can we please have Mr. Mohit Sharma, Assistant Professor, MIT School of Communication.
Thank you, Alicia. Good afternoon, everyone present here. With this, we conclude our Media Connect 2024. I feel deeply honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. First and the foremost, I thank the Almighty for making the two-day national conference a success. Next, I would like to express heartfelt gratitude to our guest, Dr. Saurabh Banerjee from Institute of Management Sciences, University of Lucknow, for gracing us with his presence and sharing his profound insights and experiences. Your words have left a great impression on all of us. I hope we will look forward towards having sustainability together, sir, in future. We are also grateful to our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari, sir, Dean Academics, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Tiwari, sir, and all other dignitaries who took time from their busy schedules to grace the occasion. A special thanks to our Head of Institute and Chairman of the conference, Professor Dr. Sanjay Mohan Johri, for constant guidance, generous support, and contribution towards making this conference a success. I would like to thank the conference chairs, Dr. Satyarth Prakash Tripathi, Dr. Alpana Shrivastava, Dr. Mitama Sachdev, Dr. Ritu Chakravarti, Dr. Pragyan Dangwal, Dr. Kashif Hassan, and Ms. Asha Adhikari. I would also like to acknowledge the hard work and efforts of the organizing committee members, Dr. Arina Mirza, Dr. Mohammad Faisal, Mr. Amit Maisi, Ms. Alisha Sayyadin, Mr. Soman Bhattacharya, and Ms. Shweta Wahi. Without the support of our staff, this event would not have been a success. I take pleasure in thanking Mr. Rajiv Sharma, Abhishek Singh, Anil Sharma, Suresh Shahu, Rajan Mishra, Krishna Kant, Suraj Bhargav, Sachin Yadav, Nandu Sharma, Sandeep Yadav, Anil Yadav, and Ashish Verma. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the ASCO faculty, the students, and all the participants for their active involvement and participation. Your enthusiasm and curiosity make such conferences meaningful and productive. We hope that the discussions and ideas that have emerged from this conference will lead to more collaborations and advancements in future. Once again, thank you everyone for your valuable contribution to this wonderful event. Hope to see you in Media Connect 2025. Thank you.
With this note, I, Alisha Sayyidan, Faculty Coordinator of Media Connect 2024, close the two-day national conference until we meet next year with a bright new theme on diverse communication arenas, and would like to thank each one of you for being a lovely audience. Thank you, everybody.